Good morning. Well, I hope everybody's recovered a little bit from the lack of sleep at the end of session. We're really proud of the work that we did this legislative session. It, I think, is a good example that shows that divided government in the state of Minnesota can work. And frankly, I said early on in one of the very first press conferences right in this room after we took the majority that divide and conquer politics in Minnesota need to be over. And I think we've shown that they are. Democrats, when they controlled all of state government, were constantly pitting one group of people against another. And frankly, we think that's un-Minnesotan. We worked together in a way that I think Minnesotans can be proud of. I was happy to hear Senator Bach say after the conclusion of session that he thinks this is probably the most bipartisan session in history. And it really is. The budget bills that we put on the governor's desk obviously had to pass a Republican House and a Democrat Senate, and we hope that all of those will earn the governor's support. We worked with the governor very closely to meet any concerns that he had as we were approaching the end of session, and I think that the product that we put forth really shows that we can solve the problems that Minnesotans sent us here to solve, prioritize the issues that they care about, putting new money into K-12 education, reforming the way we reimburse nursing homes. For me personally, this is probably, I think, the crown and the jewel in the crown of this session. The fact that we have reformed the way we reimburse our nursing homes, putting $138 million of new money into long-term care with reforms that, frankly, are generational. This is something that's going to make a difference for nursing homes that have been struggling and closing out in greater Minnesota. And frankly, it's going to help those in our long-term care facilities take care of our loved ones. And this will make an unbelievable difference in their lives and in their quality of life. We're really, really proud of that fact. Obviously, on transportation, we had hoped to come out with a long-term transportation plan. We actually are proud of the fact that we did a few things in transportation. Number one, we put new money, $12.5 million for cities under 5,000. It's the first time that we've done that, and the first time that those cities have received money for their road and bridge infrastructure. We think that's really important. This is a particular because it's cities under 5,000 will help folks out in greater Minnesota with their transportation needs. Ultimately, we had to back away from that priority when Democrats made it conditional on a gas tax. We know how harmful a gas tax is to Minnesota families. We know how regressive it is. It hurts low and middle income families much more than wealthy folks. And at a time when Minnesota has a budget surplus, Democrats' proposal to raise the largest gas tax increase in state history just wasn't appropriate. So unfortunately, they made a transportation plan contingent on increasing the gas tax, and that was something that we know Minnesotans just can't live with. So we were able to put some money into roads and bridges in a small way. Of course, the existing funding sources are all there, and MnDOT will continue to invest in improving our road and bridge infrastructure. And we're going to come back next session with a comprehensive plan again and a resolve to solve this problem on a long-term basis. And I think that we can get that accomplished. On education, we're really proud of the bill that we put forth. The position that we ended up in, $400 million above base, puts new money, real money, into classrooms. I think about $200, a little more than $200 per pupil over the biennium in new money for our Minnesota schools. Really important. Along with that, we've got reforms in these bills. We streamlined the teacher licensure to help with teacher shortage problems out in greater Minnesota, and in higher education, as Representative Pepin said, we made tuition more affordable for 400,000 students at MnSCU. We were really able to accomplish a lot in making higher education more affordable in the state of Minnesota. We put $60 million of new money. This is a record amount of money into early education initiatives. We know the governor's passionate about this. We are as well. And that's why, together with the Democrats in the Senate, Republicans in the House prioritized our young learners and put a record amount of new money into early education initiatives. So all in all, we are very happy that we have finished the session on time, got our work done on time, protected Minnesotans by preventing an unnecessary gas tax, invested in our education system with new money into classrooms, and reformed the way that we reimburse our nursing homes to take care of our aging loved ones. So with that, I think we'll take some questions.